Hello, my name is Todor Plachko from MCAT Bulgaria, and today we will start a new lesson about tube and pipe design with Autodesk Inventor. I will show how to create rigid pipe, how to create hydraulic tubes, and so on. First, of course, we have to create some kind of a frame with a table on it and some parts of with this frame. We will do the tube and piping after that. Alright, first I will start with creating an assembly, just an assembly file. Of course you can name it as you wish, and I will show you a few things. First, go to Tools and Application Options and enter your name, because when you create a drawing a part on an assembly, it will show this for an author, so you must insert such name. And of course a visual style with edges, so we can see the edges of our details, our parts. Okay, then I will start a new part in this assembly and create a sketch in this part. I will create some kind. I will start creating this frame. As you know, in the frame, frames in Inventor are created by sketches. You create just the skeleton of your frame, and then you put some frame on it, some profiles. So this is the sketch. It's a really basic sketch. 610, and the distance between these two lines is 980, right? So then I will put just a horizontal line, just about, wait, I must select the point, because if I select the two lines, it's always degrees between them, or most of the time it's degrees. Alright, so a very basic, very simple frame. Now I'll create another frame. Just click, right click on the visibility of the XZ plane, create sketch, but click and hold the left button. Clicked and hold, so you can create a work plane. That's maybe is a little bit tricky. You just have to select, start a sketch, but without, not with one click, but click and hold, and move from one side, and then just enter a distance. Then in this sketch I projected the other sketch, nothing more, because the sketch is the same practically. Now I'll create a 3D sketch. I can I will just remove the visibility of these two working planes, and now I will create a 3D sketch. Now I will include the points here, and here. Of course you can include the whole lines, but I prefer points, and I will connect those points. Be careful when you select points in 3D like this, because it may sometimes it can be a little bit difficult. If the dot must be green, that means you selected let's say an unknown point. And the same thing on the other side, just here. Cool. So that's our frame. Very simple, nothing complex in it. And the good thing is that if you want to change something, the frame is the sketches are projected, so you can change just one of them of the sketches, the first one, of course. So I'll save it, because anyway, when I click the design to create frames, Inventor will ask me to save, so I just saved it. And after that, I will I press the insert frame button. So when you first start to use something from the design tab, the content center is not loaded, so you have to wait, but that's only the first time you start working in the particular assembly. So I'll just have to select some profile. I will use this one, ISO 657 hot L profile. In the orientation plane, there is let's say 9 dots. These 9 dots is practically the skeleton is passing through one of them, the one that is of course selected. So and after that, I just have to select the first one. Okay, if you don't like the orientation, you can always change it here in the insert button, in the insert window. Of course, you can always you can always change the orientation of a single part. I'll show you how that can be done. Alright, something like this. So as you see, it's not perfectly orientated, so I will change them. Let's name this these four profiles, like a vertical frame or something like this. It's part of the big frame, but I can just rename them. It's not obligatory. So, okay, I'm waiting for the profiles to be generated. Cool. So after that, I will change the orientation of these two guys, because they are not orientated right. So you have to start the change command, of course. Select one of the frames and just press and change its rotation angle or something else as you want. No, not 90 degrees. It's not cool. Maybe not 90. Alright, 270. Cool. So the orientation is cool. Is perfect now. Of course, I have to done the same thing for the horizontal part of the skeleton. Insert frame again. That's, let's say, it's some kind of a subframe where we're creating few subframes. Alright, let's see, is the orientation right? Cool. Cool. Inventor uses the first selected inserted profile to orientate the other ones. Okay. Of course, as you can see, all the frames, the profiles are crossing each other. So we have to first I will clear the visibility of the skeleton. I don't need it anymore. So next thing, I will let's say I will model the crossings, the places or the points, as you wish, where the joints where the two frames are meet each other. So I will first use the meter command like this, with the distance between the two frames. Of course, always leave some distance, because the welding will be there. So these two frames must have some distance between them. And as you can see, with the command meter is very, very fast. Actually, it cuts through 45 degrees. Next command I will use is the notch command. Notch command, as you can see, of course, again, for cutting one profile because of the another profile. And first, as you can see, I select the one that will be cut, and the second one is that is the one that will be not changed. So it's like this. I just open one of the profiles that I just notched, and as you can see what I've changed. And I will do the same thing for all the other ones. Notch the blue. Let's say the blue profile is the one that is will be cut, and the yellow one is the one that will stay the same. And I will do this for all of the profiles. Okay. Okay, cool. So our profiles are perfect. Now, of course, we will do the welding in these profiles. That's for sure. First, let's create a few holes here. We will use them later. You will see that. I'll just double click on one of the profiles. As you can see, it is a simple part with all the history in it for creating. And right now I will just, let's say, cut through. I will cut through this part. Later you will see. Just remove one thing. Look at the sketch plane on creation, sketch creation. That is when you start to create a sketch, your viewpoint is always changes to a normal view. I don't like it, so I will just remove that thick. Okay, I will create one very simple cut. As I said, we will use it later. You will see how. Okay, so a few lines here, nothing special. One here, again 6.2. Dimension them 50. Okay. Distance between this part and this part is, let's see how much. Let's say 100. Okay. Right. I will need just this. I will need this line to end this point. Okay, right here. And I will trim the part that I don't need. Okay, here. This one I don't need it anymore. Even the point, it doesn't matter after all this point. Okay, so that's the cut. I will extrude through it, extrude cut, like this, extrude this profile, and I will just drag the position. Okay, it's cool. That is the thing I just showed you. Is I am showing this because I want to I want you to see that these parts are just a normal parts. It doesn't matter that they are generated somehow with Inventor design tools. It is a absolutely normal part, and you can edit it with all the instruments, all the commands you have in Inventor. Let me just move to another another profile on the right of the one we just we've just added, and I will just create 2 holes here. And to create holes, I need points, nothing more, just points. Here 37, from here to here 126 divided by 2. As you know, in this kind of windows, you don't have to write number. You can write equation. You see, display as an expression, so you can see what is these dimensions. Right, so I just create 2 dots, 2 points, and now I will create holes in them. Here, of course, if you create only dots, Inventor automatically select them. If you don't like some of the dots, press and hold the Shift button and select the dots that you don't want to use, or the points, of course, not dots, points. Okay, so here's our frame. Now, let's move to the final part of this first lesson, the weldings. First, save, of course. As you know, Inventor does not automatically save, so save it every time you create, let's say, 5-10 commands, or you're moving to another part of your project. Like in our case is the weldings. Now I will create the weldings, so just Control plus S and save. It's always useful. Okay, now the weldings. Weldings are started from environments and convert to weldment button. Once assembly has been converted to weldment, it can convert it back to an assembly, blah blah blah. Say yes, and then select the type of material that the weldings will be made of. Of course, you cannot make it from woods, from plastic. It's all metal. So choose one of the metals, and first welding I will show you. Yes, of course, choose welds, and the first welding I will show you is the groove welding, the groove one. Yes, so the first face sets will be this face here. Then select face set 2, the button face set 2, and select the opposite face of the first one, just here. Okay, field direction, you can change the field direction, or just put a tick on full face weld of the face set 1 and the face set 2. So Inventor will create the weld some kind of between the 2 face sets. I will create the same thing for the other 4 places, or at the other 3 places, of course. Like this, the same thing, nothing new. Like that. Here, okay. And the second type of welding I will show you is the fillet welding. Fillet welding, again, like the groove welding, we must select 2 face sets, and the first face sets will be these faces of the vertical profile, of the horizontal, excuse me, like these 3 faces. Second, the face sets 2 will be the vertical faces of this profile, like this. And of course, the distance of this, the height of this weld, let's say it's 2, because 10 millimeters it's a big weld and will weigh too much, so 2 millimeters is okay, and that's it. Perfect welding. And I will do the same for the other 4, or the other 3 places. Same thing. I will speed up, of course, the video. I don't work so fast. I wish, but I can't. So that's our first part of our tube and pipe lesson. In the second part, we will create the whole table and some other parts. And in the third part, we actually will start to create tube and pipes. That's it. Just that. So we finish this frame. Thank you for your attention. I hope you like my lessons. If you want to ask questions or want the sample files, you can write me email, and I will send you via Autodesk 360.